We'll get inside the castle. You'll see. We'll avenge our lads and go back to Rattay with our heads held high. I promise you that.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Audentes fortuna fucking juvat.
You know the trouble with an adventurous life, son? It can end before it gets started.
Ave Maria.
What would you like?
I heard you could use a helping hand at the forge.
I could. My last two hands, well, they're not worth mentioning. And what with the wedding coming up, the work is piling up.
I'm sure.
What do they call you?
Henry.
I'm Radovan. You should know, Henry. The blacksmithing isn't for everyone. Have you done it before?
Yeah. I basically grew up in the forge. My father was a swordsmith, and not just any. He even forged swords for the nobility.
For the nobility, eh? Well, that kind of experience will come in very handy for me indeed. As it happens, I have to forge a wedding present for young Lord Semine. A fine sword.
So you'll take me on?
Hold your horses. I'll have to try you out first. You could forge me a hunting sword as a test, so I can see if you can make a straight blade. That shouldn't give you much trouble if your father was a swordsmith, should it?
Let's get started.
Sure thing. I can get started right away.
Let's learn this shit.
Find some iron and get started then.
Iron?
You can't make a sword out of butter, but if you don't have your own stuff, you can get everything from the chest in my forge.
Appreciate it.
Go over to the anvil and let's get started. Furnace is cold now. Give it a practice try. Some things, like swords, are too long to fit in the fire. You have to heat it up. Try poking it around for a bit. Now get the furnace nice and hot. There's a lever above you. Give it a pull. It works the bellows.
Let's get it nice and warm. This is gonna be the best blacksmith simulator ever. Come on. Get it glowing nice and cherry red. Come on.
You can tell the temperature by the color, but you won't be able to tell when it's in the fire. You have to take it out from time to time and take a look. Try it out. See? That's exactly the straw color we want. You've got talent, lad. Now heat up the whole thing. The whole thing is heated up now, so come over to the anvil. Try moving the sword along the anvil so you can get the hang of it. Now take the hammer and try hitting it a few times. See the sparks? That's a sign of a good strike. The more sparks, the better. Also, you can hammer with different degrees of power. A stronger hit will do more, but it'll tire you out faster. Try giving it a few blows, as hard as you can, so I can see how strong you are. That's got a nice ring to it. Of course, if it was all about hitting an anvil with a hammer, any dolt could do it. You've got to hammer the workpiece evenly. One hit next to the other. So what then? If you can't handle it, I'll have you make nails. Very nice. You're doing just fine. But when I say evenly, I mean it. A sword has two sides, like a lot of other things, including myself. Turn it over and continue on the other side. Nice. Now try forging it on both sides. The closer it is to being finished, the more it will take on the shape you want. It'll cool off soon anyway.
Yeah, it's about cool right now.
It's cooled now. You can't do it all in one go. You've got to put it back in the furnace from time to time. Sometimes you've got to go there and back all day. But it's all part of the craft.
And you don't quench it with snow. That's stupid.
All up again, like before.
Come on. It's getting nice and hot now.
The whole thing is heated up now.
There we go.
Come over to the anvil. See that? Besides the sparks, tell a good strike by the sound it makes.
It keeps clicking out of it somehow. That's what's happening.
Sparks are flying nicely. See how it's taking on the right shape? That's how you can tell it's almost finished. Now, I've got a piece of advice for you. Hammer to a rhythm. When I hammer a piece to a beat, work goes by easy. Sometimes I'll whistle to myself to keep the rhythm going.
I mean, like I am.
There you go. You've got it finished. All that's
Now I gotta sharpen it.
temper it, and the sword will be done. The rest is just tweaking.
Quenching time. Do you quench in oil or water? Oil.
Right. Let's have a look. Very nice work. Your father taught you the trade well.
He'd certainly be happy to hear that.
If you carry on hammering as well as you did today, you've definitely got a job here. Even so, keep in mind, it's all about making sure every strike does its job. That's why you can't let it get cold, or keep striking the same spot. If you work evenly, each strike falling right next to the last one, you can't go wrong. Got that? Or is there something else you want to ask about?
Thanks. That's all I need to know.
You can sleep in the chamber by the woodshed. And there's a chest where you can keep your things. And of course, you can use the forge anytime you want.
Thank
Any
you.
questions?
Where can I get materials?
You can buy some essentials from me. But if you want to make a fancy sword with lots of ornamentation, you'll have to look elsewhere. This is just a village, you know. The locals ain't after luxury. They can't afford it neither.
What can I do with the items I've forged?
Well, you can sell them, though you probably won't have much luck around here. But I'll happily buy some of the nicer things from you.
What now?
What do you think? you're not going to be idle, I'll find you some work to do right away. You're pretty good at swords, but what the locals really need is axes and horseshoes. Right. Here are some simple drawings that show what they're both supposed to look like. And some iron. You can get down to it right away.
Just like that? You aren't gonna help me?
Sacre, lad. I chose you because you already know a thing or two. I'm not going to look over your shoulder all bloody day. You take care of these smaller jobs. Forge away as long as you're able, and then sell it all. Once you've made some coin and feel like being out in the open again, I'll give you some more interesting work.
Okay. Hey, Pupper. I guess let's just get to work, yeah?
I'll have a look at the wares.
Balisard. Short sword. Whoa, things are expensive. Bailiff's mace. Bearded axe, broadaxe. Warhammer and light mace. A dagger. That allows me to do some kills and stuff. Just looking through stuff. Can't afford any of that stuff, man. Oi.
Oh well, what can you do? Farewell then. What are you here for, friend? It's about those two idiot hands of mine, Venser and Franzi. They drove off with a cart full of goods towards Semine, and they never came back.
Do you want me to find them?
Just so. But more importantly, I want to know where my cart ended up, and especially the cargo. Go to Semine and find out what the bloody hell happened.
Those two hands of yours, Venser and Franzi, what can you tell me about them?
Can't tell you much. They're wandering laborers. I don't think they wanted to stay here with me for long, but these days I can use all the help I can get.
Were they suspicious in any way?
No, they worked hard. They ain't no slackers. And I can't say that about everyone.
All right, I'll get right on it then.
Go ahead. And if you find that pair of fools
There's a
drunk,
window.
kick their asses for me.
There's a
Lovely.
disguised window.
I'll
Look
kick
at
some
this.
sobriety into them.
If I click over here, it clicks out of the game and I can't affect anything. Then I have to click back into the game and now I can control again. Oh, they fucked up. Oh, did they fuck up. How did that even happen?
You've no business here.
Okay. I'd figure I would have, but, you know, whatever. I need to head to Semine, which is blue. So head south. Is there a trough here where I can wash? There usually is around the tavern. Oh, maybe here. Because I do have some blood on. Not bloody anymore, just dirty. But that's gonna happen either way, you know? Delicious honey? No? Okay. Oh, that's so bad. Give me a second, guys. Yeah, that's fucking weird, dude. I cannot believe that. That I can click out of the game when it's in full screen. That's nuts. That's straight up broken. I thought you were supposed to have a better launch now that you're cucked by Deep Silver and Embracer Group. What the fuck? I thought it was gonna give you a better launch and you were gonna have more money, but you just put it all in graphics and thought that would fix it for you. Because now I have to watch out and not, well, I can swap to controller. Ugh. How much you want to bet they built this basically for controller? They built it for consoles. At the behest of Deep Silver, I'm sure. And then I have to go and grab my controller and get it all connected up. Thankfully, it's just like a push. I could always put my Steam controller on here. That would give me more of a mouse experience. Yeah, hold on. We're trying the controller experience.
At the mill?
Yeah, the place by the Zhehorovka stream.
What then? Has the water sprite been up to his mischief again?
You could say that. Hey? Hey, wayfarer. You have a long road ahead of you. Why don't you and I roll some dice? God bless you. Where are you from? And where are you headed? We're going where hard-working stonemasons get paid for a job well done, of course.
You should try Tomberg. They're gonna need some rebuilding.
This is brisk for you right now, isn't it? Indeed it is. We're on our way to Colleen right now. What with the lords picking on each other again, the aldermen are worried that if Sigismund so much as farts, their shitty walls will be blown away. No, all right. I see at least some are profiting from this war. No, that's not what I meant. I'm talking about the fear. Only yesterday we got jumped on the way, but the stupid bastards didn't know who they were up against. What's your name? I'm Henry, and I'm in my lord's service. What a coincidence. We had a Henry who used to work with us too, but at the church in Braunau, a stone block fell on him. He died on the spot. By the way, I'm Kuba, but they call me Ballman. Ballman? You must have lost a lot of weight then. Or maybe you're a good dancer? Wrong on both counts, lad. I used to dress stone as shot for catapults, see? Did it so long I could hardly cut a right angle after. So, fancy a game of dice? If you've anything left to bet, that is. No worries on that score, my friend. I'll be more than glad to win back what that scum robbed me of last night. What game would you like to play?
Let's play beggars.
Let's play.
Hopefully I won't lose this time.
Curious about you, lad.
So close to a straight. Four fours.
Alright, that'll do.
Come on now.
That'll do me. I threw a 5 that one time, then another 5 and a 1. I threw 3 2s, but I took a 1 and threw again.
If I threw like that, I wouldn't play at all.
Gotta love the skip turn.
That's as far as I go. Where you come from. It's yours. They're not going to believe me when I tell them back home.
Come on. Three threes. And that's enough right there. I win.
Even a fool gets lucky sometimes.
What? Oh, I miscounted. Shit. Welp.
The luck is on my side, it seems. That's what the smiting of Sodom must have looked like.
Let's see if they have controls for me. They do. Okay, attack, release arrow, unlock in combat. Unlock in combat. That's interesting. Hard lock in combat. That's also interesting. Quick reply, block. Okay, so that should be pretty normal. Yeah, for some reason the Steam controller layout is fucking broken, so I had to go to my old Xbox One controller. Which I'm not against, just, you know. I like my Steam controller, it's good. But yeah, the official layout, I can't move. And then in the community layout that gives you more precision in combat, also can't move. And it's like, how is it this broken? But the only reason I switched controller is because of other stupid broken things so that my combat doesn't get fucked up. Because the mouse cursor can click off the game while inside the game. That's some fucking bullshit right there. How do I ready my weapon? Call horse, dismount, call dog. It doesn't say. Quick weapons. That's probably how we do it. Boom. Drawn. Easy enough. Sameen. A lovely little town it looks like. It's basically just a manor house.
Don't cause any trouble, got it?
I wasn't planning to.
I'm looking for the Czechs blacksmith's cart. Have you seen it?
Loads of carts come past here. There's going to be a wedding and they need supplies. Try asking Captain Gnarly. He keeps an eye on supplies. He'll probably be in the
Captain
courtyard.
Gnarly, huh?
Thanks.
And watch yourself when you go into the courtyard.
Why?
We've got some wedding guests from Moravia. They're in pretty high spirits. It's still a while to the wedding, but them gents is already getting into the swing of things.
They's getting drunks and shit.
So I says to him, "No, father, I haven't been fornicating.
That guy's taking a leak in the back.
Loving my neighbour."
Hey! You alright there, laddie?
You're right there, laddie. I'm not from Scotland. I'm from Moravia.
Aye. Hey, servant, bring some wine.
Okay.
I'm not a servant.
Oh, I know. Old Sameen is saving supplies for the wedding later. But you didn't need to bother your wee head about that.
What the fuck?
Oh. I didn't give a fuck what you fray. You speak our language, do you not?
Well, Yarko, seems to me
These are supposed to be German fucking nobles. What the fuck is going on?
The old man's hired hands are lacking in manners. We'll soon fix that.
Looks like I'm gonna have to fist fight some drunks again.
Now you're gonna die.
Stop beating him!
Wanker!
You call me a wanker.
Shame on you.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Fuck you! Come on, mate. Oh, you wee bastard!
That devil's name is fucking going on here.
What do you think's going on, Grandad? I'm teaching your people here how we do things.
Granddad?
Why, Grandad? An old captain like you probably still remember the flood.
True enough, Yurko. I am old. And I remember all sorts of things. Like you. When you were a little nipper running around here bare arse, with a ribbon in your hair, screaming out how you was Princess Sophie. Poor lad, hadn't a moment's peace from his big sisters.
What about that wine?
Who in God's name are you?
Henry. The Czechs blacksmith sent me. Radovan.
Blacksmith, eh? Then you'll have some explaining to do. Come along and never mind that fool Yurko. Young Sameen's getting married, so we has to put up with his kin from Moravia.
We'll be needing a dozen geese. And I must tell Vashek to get 3 pigs ready for slaughter. And the carters will have to be sent to Yechin to get at least a peck of poppy seed for cakes. And gingerbread spices. Oh, and wine, too. It's almost all gone. What we bought only last week.
Enter!
That is not the voice I was expecting.
This is Henry, blacksmith Radovan's hand.
Oh, excellent. Dorothy, leave us now. Just make sure that there's plenty of everything so long as it doesn't cost too much.
But, sir...
Not another word! Leave us!
That's pretty wide parameters.
So
How much is
Rodivan
too much?
sent you alone. Who's going to unload it all? It's a whole cartload.
Yeah, Rodivan sent me, sir, but not with the goods. The thing is, he's missing his cart, along with the carter in his hands.
What? But they never came here. Are you telling me they got lost?
Not sure.
Well, I couldn't tell you what happened to them, sir, but it's my job to find them.
There are all sorts of vermin roaming the countryside.
Oh, no
so...
need to imagine the worst right off, gnarly. Anyway, I need the load from that cart, so saddle up your old nag and we'll ride out, Captain. I could do with a breath of fresh air. I've had it up to the eyeballs with counting geese and pies.
What about Henry here, sir?
Well, what about him?
We could use an extra pair of hands. You know how my shoulder's acting up. Yuriko is shit-faced, and your son...
The older has work to do. All right, take Henry with you if you want. Just so long as he doesn't slow us down.
Thank you, sir.
Alrighty.
So, lad, you going with us? I hope you're happy about it.
Yeah. I'll be glad to help you.
Oh, you reckon we can't manage on our own?
That's not what I said.
No, that's not how I meant it.
Take it easy, son. I'm only yanking your pizzle. By the way, the fellas at the gate say you came here on foot.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I did.
Christ above. And how are you going to ride with us? On the back of my saddle? You're a bit big for that, ain't ya? And I'm a bit too old.
I figured I'd just run along behind you.
You could, but even with them young legs of yours, you'd hold us back. You're in need of a horse.
Yeah.
Those don't come cheap.
True. But your luck's in, lad. Our groom brought in a grey nag not long ago. Tell him you've got to ride out with us, and he'll give it to you for a decent price.
All right. Thanks.
Well, that should be that. Unless you've got any more questions.
No, that's all. But we should get going.
I
That
don't
we should.
have money,
getting
though.
pretty late.
I have 0.5
You need
groschen.
daylight for a search like that. Come back in the morning and we'll set out.
I don't
If you
even have a
want,
full crown.
stay here. You'll get a bit of grub in the kitchen and you can sleep in the barn.
Oh, it's closed.